honourable member for Airdrie Cochrane.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. During the 2019 election campaign, a promise was made by this now government, one that I too made to the constituents of Airdrie Cochrane, in regards to holding elected officials accountable through recall legislation. Politicians are elected by the people and should be accountable to the people through their entire term, not just during election periods. With that said, reversing the will of the people should not be an easy task. To the Minister of Justice, can you please provide a summary of what will be required to recall an elected official?
The Honourable the Minister of Justice and the Solicitor General.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and to the member for that very important question. Mr. Speaker, recalling an MLA is a two-step process. First, a citizen must start a petition by submitting an application to the Chief Electoral Officer explaining which elected official should be recalled and why. Then they must collect signatures from 40% of eligible voters in that MLA's constituency. If the petition is successful, Mr. Speaker, then a recall vote will be held in that constituency, and if a simple majority of the voters agree, then that MLA is recalled and a by-election will be held to replace that MLA, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable the member for Airdrie Cochrane.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you, Minister. Given that we campaigned on introducing recall legislation in 2019, and given that the cynics on social media have been claiming that it is an empty gesture that will never be successful, to the same minister, can you provide assurances to my constituents that this legislation will provide meaningful reform to voters across Alberta?
The Honourable the Minister of Justice, Solicitor General.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we govern for the people of Alberta. They told us in the last election that they wanted voter recall, and Mr. Speaker, we have delivered on that commitment and promise. Of course, Mr. Speaker, there are the cynics who lack the vision and will to deliver sustainable democratic reform. Mr. Speaker, this government delivered. The United Conservatives believe that voters should be given the opportunity to hold their elected officials accountable between elections. Voter recall will put Albertans in the driver's seat of our democracy.
For Airdrie Cochrane.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you again, Minister. Given that there are more than just members of this Assembly that are elected in this province, and given that consultations were done with Albertans on this issue, and given that Albertans were clear about the range of elected positions they wanted to be part of this legislation, to the Minister, can you let this House know who will be subject to recall and when will it come into force?
The Honourable the Minister of Justice.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I am proud to say that here in Alberta, we took recall one step further than in British Columbia. Albertans won't just have the ability to recall provincial officials, but other local elected officials as well. School board trustees, municipal councillors, mayors and reeves could be subjected to recall election. If passed, Mr. Speaker, we expect this legislation to come into effect later this fall. Another promise made, Mr. Speaker, another promise kept.